Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome back to the World of Outlaw and our little band of green-skinned friends who are currently about to settle down to make the next attempt at learning some research. To be honest, this is going to hurt because, as storyteller says, if we learn tech too quickly, we get punished for it. So we have to be very careful about how aggressively we push our research. In the last episode, our five little green-skinned friends, our goblins, dragged themselves out of the Underworld, which is the deepest level of the cave network in this setting, up to the surface levels of the cave network, and are now starting to propagate. Ram and Red have become pregnant, so soon we shall have some more goblins on the way to help us survive, because we are far from the top of the food chain, unfortunately, to the extent where we are having to be really careful about how we what we do. I think next night there's not a lot of food around at the moment. A little bit of insect jelly. As I said, we can see we have a rough understanding of what's going on the world map, well, on our home map when we zoom out, just because of sort of like what we can sort of roughly hear. When we want to get in closer and know exactly where enemies are, we're going to have to get up close and personal with them. Because we do have line of sight, there is fog of war, so we're going to have to be a bit careful. We're probably going to need to take care of the rat that we can hear squeaking about somewhere in the background, because it is eating our food. So that's not great. If we can get farming going early on, fantastic. Encouraging the tribal gatherers were encouraging. Some ideas discussed were pretty great. We are probably onto something here. Okay, so we managed to get that done, which is fantastic. Researched agriculture. We can start planting a bit. What do we want? Animal handling. No, we need hunting because we need to have a butcher spot. So that is there. Fortunately, not only do we get a little bit of that, we don't get. That's problematic. Some basic traps may be useful for security purposes, like in case something big comes to try and eat us. That could be tempting. Basic cooking spots and basic ritual stuff, but we haven't got anything unlocked. Actually, that is one thing I had forgotten to do. We need to get some toilets down, because we actually have to deal with our waste, and a burn pit as well. Yeah, let's put the burn pit next to our signal fire. Just makes sense that way. But it means that we can clear stuff up, get a bit of research done. Growing has now become unlocked to us, so we can start getting that done. Actually, in hindsight, putting that next to where our farms isn't probably going to be the best thing to do with our lifespan. And unfortunately leads a lot of resources. Okay, for the time being, we're going to put it over here. Put it over here. And deconstruct that one, which loses us resources, unfortunately. Okay. So let's put... yeah. Let's put another order for wood in. And down here, we are going to put I don't think we have anything we can really grow in the water at the moment. Yeah, so we can't grow anything in there yet. Mushrooms you might be able to, but it's pretty light. In the depths of the cave, it's better though, so we could be able to plant some mushrooms in here. And out here is, like, we do have, like, flooding and stuff taking place. Let's put a grow zone down. Actually, let's first do till the soil, so we get a little garden patch going. It's going to take us a little bit of time to do. And up here, in the dark, what can we do? We can do some timber mushrooms, red cap. That's more like, seems like decorative. Stinker, better in light, but it basically gives off a noxic stench. Rot stink. Blissful happiness. Okay, get that going. Get the soil tilled here. Don't even know if we have any ground. We have sandstone. It might not have any ground to grow on. I mean, yeah, we may be in a bit of a rough spot food-wise. We may just have to try and survive off, like, butchery and that kind of stuff. Get some plant growing going. We don't know a lot of plants, I don't think. Little bit of stuff being grown here. Once it hits night time, we could potentially go and raid, get some additional insect jelly. You can eat some more bones for nourishment. That might be worth it, actually. Hair. Pick up a bone. Okay, so that's done and out of the way. Getting some kind of garden going would be good, or at least some kind of primitive farm spot. We sort of jumped the... yeah, like this is really floodwaters. We really sort of jumped the tech tree by going straight to farming rather than hunting. But it's... we don't have much choice. We need to get some kind of farming going. Okay. What can we grow? Grow outside 10 days. Probably since they've come from the underworld, from like the deep levels of the caves. Okay. Stinkers. Problem is, this stuff all requires little light. It needs high temperature. Okay, we need something that we can grow. Food. Body can eat eaten. We're not living exposed. Okay. Not be exposed to sunlight, so that's off the menu. That takes 10 days. This takes 5. Let's try that and see if we can grow something. Okay. We can't do a lot of analysing anything without a thinking spot or that kind of thing, which we don't have. We can probably knock up a couple of prototypes of these, which you use for basically, it's a tanning rack. Get a couple of those down. Next ritual we can't do before 14 hours. Okay. And that will trigger a kickback from the game for us doing that. Oh, we've got an owlbear as well. Had to be a blinking owlbear. Okay. Food supplies are getting low. 5 days before a crop comes in. I mean, the thing is that the reason I'm sort of distrusting growing stuff like rice and that kind of thing is that because like our goblins wouldn't know about it. I don't think we can dig up soil or anything like that yet. Dig up soil to place them. No, I think we need mining for that. Okay, fire failed in producing stuff. Fantastic. Okay. They fixed that, so we get a little bit of extra research. I don't think there's anything we can actually grow here. Actually, how good is our growing skill? That's the question. 3, 7, 3. So there's only like one person that can grow it. I don't think they can. Okay. I really don't want to do rice and that kind of thing, because it doesn't make sense for the goblins to know how that grows. Nothing grows on the surface. The problem is like this, the light levels here are not deep enough Like, we are going to have to hunt, unfortunately. Okay. I'm going to put some animal traps down. So basically what animal traps do is a large spike under tense and connected to a trigger. If an animal touches the trigger, it springs fast. Since it's hidden in the surrounding terrain, it cannot be placed adjacent to other traps. Animals do not sense these when calm, but they're quite obvious to humans and will be avoided. Okay. So that will... like, our predominant danger right now is animals. So we're going to have a couple of those made. And get some of that stuff done. How much wood have we got in the stock? Not a lot. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to go something. Probably something like blueberries then. Because if they've been scavenging outside, they've probably seen blueberries growing. Stuff like the other things just don't make sense. At least we get a little bit of food in time. Okay. We're low on wood as well, so we need to cut some trees. Okay. Without pissing off the bugs. I'm gonna have to kill that rat. It's starting to become problematic. Question is, can we get this research done before his body deteriorates? That is the question. Yeah, let's put a dumping zone up here. Okay. As I said, our goblins aren't great when it comes to things. He's got rare mutation. Sphilia Bone Reaper Metamorphosis. Character team can undergo a metamorphosis to suffer Bone Reaper if the right conditions are met. Ah, fascinating. Wonder how that came about. He must have come into contact with something. Because he's the only one that has it. He must have had a rare mutation. Interesting. So he's going to sort of twist into something else. Might have been a slight accident on my part. If that's the case, we just ignore it. I do hope the kid hasn't inherited it. Nope. Fantastic. Okay. So we've got... yeah, the flood waters like just flooding out our crops. Which is problematic. But we've got some blueberries down. Hopefully we can get some crops in a bit of time. But our farmland is flooding, which is not great. That can go up in a couple of hours, so we'll probably try and get hunting put out so we get a bit of food. If push comes to stuff, we can just hunt like rats and that kind of thing. Toads. Right, I'm gonna put a animal trap in here to do anything that comes into the colony. So any creature like wanders in gets hit by the animal trap, which is fantastic. So it helps us deal with the rats that's probably eating our food supply. That being said, hedgehog, kill the rat. Fantastic. So the rat has been taken care of. Okay. Bit more wood. The thing is, I don't want to set someone constantly to the wood cutting task in case we actually need people to go out there and do stuff. Crafting wise, we do have a couple of things we could try and do. Some throwing spikes actually may be a good thing if you have the resources put aside for it. Yeah, collecting wood. Not a lot of prototypes or anything we can sort of pop out. Some torches. Done that. Yeah, like our food supply is getting a wee bit problematic. Okay. I thought it said animals. I thought animals couldn't hit traps. Okay. Quickly heal him. Hopefully he doesn't die. That's really annoying because it says that like people, like colonists, are smart enough to like ignore, that kind of thing. Great, so he's down for the count. Of course he is, because why wouldn't he be? Just realised we've done a firefighting or healing turned on for some of our people. Okay. And we lost this. Fantastic. Because now he's going to be down and we have a high risk of infection kicking off. I mean, our goblins heal quickly, but it's not going to be that quickly. It says in the description of the item, yeah, animals do not sense it quickly, but humans and obviously to avoid it. Well, this is problematic because now he's going to be. I mean, the goblins have fast healing. He's no longer incapable of walking. Okay, let's try one more gathering for the day, because this is going to kick off a response if we're not careful. Because it's been less than 4 days since our last tech upgrade, so it is going to cause a kickback. We can get some ranged weapons and the like designed, even if they're really primitive. Okay. Take no notice of that. If someone from a faraway nation died, we don't know about that kind of thing. Yeah. Trap almost killed him. Which is why we... Okay, yeah. The ritual failed, but it was low enough that we still managed to get... some research off. Unfortunately, it did trigger a raid. It was uninspiring. I'm going to grab mining as our next one. But now we have to deal with the fact that the Alliance of Katsit is sending someone to kill us. And like we heard that someone's coming off the map. Hopefully they attack the bugs and not us. You need to pick up your weapon. Where did that go? Oh, you picked up your spear. Fantastic. But yeah, we've got hunting now unlocked, which is great, because now it means that we can actually put down a butchering spot. Yeah, it's going to be bad. Butcher creatures. Minimum of 4. Allow all, as long as it's not colonists. You want our cook, will you? No, okay. So he's running off here, whatever he is. But he's got us run straight into the bugs by the sound of it. Yeah. Gonna try and flee. But that's not going to save him at all, because he's going to get absolutely annihilated. When push comes to shove, we can just wait for the bugs to fall asleep and we'll send someone down there to basically harvest. Okay. But as you can see, this actually raises the spectre of what happens if we lose a colonist. Because our guys really are not tough. They heal quickly, but they're not strong. So we need to think about maybe trying to impregnate Blue, so that we can have some more offspring. But that's 6 infants running around, which is going to be dangerous. Like food-wise and that kind of thing. Because everyone's sleeping. Do forever. Yeah. Do forever. Okay, so that guy died. Let's get down here then, because it looks like the bugs are asleep. And I want to know who it was. So in the darkness, what did he drop? Insect jelly. Steel, good and bad. What's that? Some kind of a spike club. Okay. Poor quality. What was he before he died? He was a baseliner. Okay. Some kind of weird ability to summon creatures. Okay, interesting. Doesn't matter. But let's grab him and run off. I think he may also go back for his weapon. It's probably better than the thing that we've got. As long as the bugs don't wake up. If the bugs wake up, we're in problems. Okay. So we managed to steal a little bit, scavenge, pick things up. So we got a spiked club. Go on the bag. Sorry. Gordendag. A simple yet ingenious weapon which managed to utilize spear with the brute force of a club, capable of delivering both deadly thrust and rib-crushing smashes. Very nice. It's not a great condition because the person who had it didn't take care of it. You can basically equip it because you've got a talent for melee. Because our spears aren't that great, if I recall. The 8.2. What is your damage like with this equipped? Yeah, actually, it's pretty terrible. Is that right? It's ball quality, damage per second. Yeah, look at that. I'll equip the backup stake of the sidearm. It's probably got more armor pen if anything else. Nope. Okay, interesting. Okay, busy away making throwing spears. Yeah, well, like we got not a lot of hope of actually researching anything when it comes to mining at the moment. A lot of their stuff, it's just long, hard slog. Plus, if we aggressively try and go after research, we will anger people. Which I could do without, to be honest. But yes. Body-wise, how long have we got? We've got a bit of time. But the time may be coming where we need to get some food in. Yeah, his jaw being cracked. He almost lost his jaw. Okay, that's not great. And blueberry bristles are going to take some time. Like water damage, I suppose. House and Bus has lost, to the League tribe. So a lot of fighting going on out in the world. That rain is destroying our crops. So I think it comes time for us to do some... Yeah, to do some interesting things. We got a little bit of stuff. Some clothing. Nothing of great condition. And it's tainted, but... Everyone gets a bit of clothing. Probably not going to like the fact they're wearing tainted apparel, but hey ho. That look goes hard. Yeah. Get some resources, get some materials. Okay. Have a nice... Yeah, the crops are taking a pounding from all this flood weather. Not doing good for our agriculture. Do think we do need to get a little bit of cleaning done. Just tidy up where we do cooking and stuff. Just sweep the blood off the floor, that kind of thing. So how long have you been here? 3 days. Okay. I've got some throwing sticks coming out soon. But as we say, it needs more timber. Okay. Yeah, I also better make food from anything as well. Meat's back on the menu. Get some timbers made. Okay. Fortunately, our smoking meat is going to last a little bit longer, but soon it's not going to be enough. So we need to have some more hunting going on. Ram, you're competent doing some hunting. Let's go and hunt some rats. Took a couple of scratches. How's your healing? You can't self-heal. I'm worried about hunting because we don't have the hunting stuff unlocked. See, you're a little bit hurt. So be careful because you're carrying children. You should have that cleared up fairly quickly. And you should heal up pretty quick. And we need to get some more throwing spikes out. Okay, you're not injured. Let's go out here. Ooh, dead tortoise. How did it die? Information. Fascinating. Melee attack the rat. A little bit of a scratch. Yeah. The fact that the hedgehog took such a beating is problematic. Okay. Conquest. Well, these are all things we don't really hear about because we're a bunch of cavemen in a cave. There's some more work of throwing spears. Well, throwing sticks, I should say. Okay. So we have some stuff. Like, you guys are just not in a good state. I also need to be thinking about probably putting another one down. Putting that there and saying, like, make us some primitive ammunition. We don't have a ton and it takes a lot of planks. Okay. I mean, we've got our next backs of... Actually, that's a good thing. Ram. Oh no, run, Ram! What a stupid me. Tried to get greedy with getting insect jelly, didn't work. And now we've got a bunch of injured colonists. Hedgehog. Like if he dies, we'll lose children, and we can't afford that. Yeah, like this is all not going great. Ten quality isn't great either. Yeah. Can't afford to lose children. The next generation must be produced. That was a hair-raising series of events. Almost lost Ram. We've heard generation of kids, which is not great. And almost lost Hedgehog as well. So we had to be a bit careful going forward. As you can see, our people are pretty squidgy. But I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been Rimworld Medieval Underworld. Nice to see you again next time. Goodbye.